Hi, Jeremy.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey,
Right, we're just about to get started.
how's the expo for you?
It was really, really good.
That's
Really
great.
informative. Made a
Oh,
little
okay.
trip out of it. We got back Thursday night.
Yeah, that's great.
So let's get into it. This morning I'm going to show you how to use AI to double or triple your leads. And I'm going to do it as quickly and efficiently as possible. It's pretty much I'm going to show you what we do on the back end. It's something that you can do on your own. There's other tools out there, but we're going to show you what we're using and what's working
Great.
for our clients.
Great. Thank you, Jeremy.
So how can AI double or triple your leads? That's the biggest question I'm getting right now is what's the impact on AI? How's it affecting my business and how are we using it? Well, the biggest thing I can say is that when we work on all of our clients' accounts, we're optimizing their site, we're building the foundation up to get them ranked in the top 3 of Google. And when we do that, AI automatically picks up on it. There's other things that we do, and I'll get into. But if you're ranking in the top 3 on Google in search, you're gonna rank in AI. So when you do an AI search, whether it's ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, any of those tools out there, the first thing it says is searching the web.
Correct.
So we've proven it. We've gone and we checked, and it's working. There's also things that we're going to do, and I'm going to get right into that. I am offering a free AI marketing audit.
The main benefit is when any type of customer just search like roofing services near me, Santa Rosa, California, for example. If we improve our Google rating, it's going to be on the top 3 at least, or maybe we're going to be mentioned as a suggestion. Is that correct?
Yeah, things that
Yeah,
we
of
do
course.
every
Yes.
day, the things that we do every day will help with that. I like to start where the lowest hanging fruit is, meaning where people are already going, we want them to convert. So the first thing we want to do is start with an instant estimator. And this is an example of a live client on site. So
Okay.
the reason why people are searching in the first place is because, yeah, they want to find the reputable company, but they also, really what they want to know is how much. They want to know the
For sure.
price. And most of the time, websites will just have a form to inquire, fill it out, and then they don't know what's going to happen, right? If you're doing really well and you're following up, you're going to turn that customer into an inspection, into an appointment. However, not everybody's going to leave their information when they visit your site. So we want to start with the estimator. We want to get the conversion as quickly as possible, right out of the gate. So an instant estimator will give someone a ballpark estimate of what would it cost, and you can fully customize this. So this is like an example of what happens when the customer goes through it. Pick a medium home. It's really quick. It keeps track. You're at step 2 of 6. We'll pick asphalt, shingles. Just for example, they want to add in attic insulation. If you're offering that, you can also add the upgrades in there, skylights, things like that. And then when do we need it? Now we know how quickly they're trying to get this done. Are they pricing out for next year, the next couple weeks? So we'll pick a standard timeline, put my information in here, see your estimate. Like that. Now this is a ballpark, right? And some people are already using tools. And what it does is it's pre-qualifying the lead. That's really what it's doing. So when you're able to pre-qualify that lead, you're giving instant estimates to real buyers, and it gives them an idea of where they're at. So this report gets emailed to them, and then you get an email of the person that's interested in your service. So all this can be customized to the business, but at least it gives them an estimate. I mean, this is a $12,000 difference here, right? But it gives them a ballpark. It shows your interest, and now you can immediately start with the next thing that we like to get into is the follow-up, because AI will follow up for you. Your CRM could be doing this. We have a tool that does this. There's other tools rather than doing it manually, because the next slide is who's in your pipeline, right? That's the next biggest win. That's the next easiest conversion. because you already have people in your pipeline that requested an inspection that maybe didn't follow through, or you sent a bid through and they never followed up. Depends on your system. Why not let AI do that for you? So AI will help convert that into a job. The estimator will help convert more leads with what you already have. Do you follow? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. I was just wondering, all of this information that is being tracked once they submit their address, email, and all that can be downloaded to a spreadsheet. Is that correct?
It can go to a spreadsheet. It can go directly into your CRM. It could stay in your email, however
Okay.
you manage it. It could be text
Okay.
message to you. Obviously, you want to keep track of it. Spreadsheets work. We have a tool that actually follows the pipeline in a stage, like from a new lead to the bin set to the job one.
Okay.
Because when you're doing it like that, you're visually seeing it. Spend about 5 minutes a day, and the AI takes the rest, right? You're just updating it on what stage the customer's in the pipeline. So if you send out a bid, you're going to want to follow up with that bid, and you're not going to want to do it manually, and you're not going to want to do it for 2 years on your own. So let AI do that. Put it right into the pipeline, put it into the funnel. AI will automatically send out your text. It'll automatically send your email within 24 hours of you dropping the bid, then maybe in a few more days, and then it kind of tapers off to once a month. And so because this is a big ticket purchase decision, not everybody's ready. Not everybody realized that it could cost them, between 15 to 30K. So when that happens, they got to talk to the spouse. They got to figure out their finances. Some are ready to go. They have it ready. Others might have to wait till tax season. And that's why it's important that you follow up and you nurture that lead, because if you're doing it for the next 24 months and your other competitors are not, who do you think is going to win that bid? Most likely the person following up.
For sure.
You're staying top of mind. So that's where AI kicks in. That's part of the follow-up.
Mhm.
So you got the estimator, you got the follow-up. The next biggest thing is the receptionist. There's a leaky pipeline happening when you don't follow up with AI, when you have no sense of traction, or there's many people have their hands in it. It's like a leaky bucket when leads come into your pipeline. So that's where the follow-up happens. The other leaky side is when you don't answer the phone. People are on the pitch, they're on their truck, they're on the line. Some are owner operators, some have an office. The point is missed calls are happening. That's where the AI receptionist comes in. So the AI receptionist will actually answer the call for you and take some basic information. So I'd like to give you an example, and we're just going to test this out together.
Hello, you've reached Hollister Roofing. I'm Jessica, the virtual assistant here. How can I help you today?
Hi, Jessica. I have a roof leak. We had a bad storm last week, and we got a leak coming through the bedroom now. Is there any way you guys can come look at it, give us an estimate?
Got it. That sounds frustrating. Let me help you with that. We do offer free estimates, but only for locations in Hollister, San Juan Bautista, Tres Pinos, Piscinas, and the surrounding areas in San Benito County. Is your address within this area?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Let me gather a few details so we can get this scheduled for you. Can I start with your name, please?
That's Jeremy.
Thanks, Jeremy. Is that Jeremy?
Yes, it is.
Great, Jeremy. Could you share your email address so we can contact you?
Sure, it's Jeremy@rooflinemarketing.com.
Got it. So that's JEREMY@ROOFLINEMARKETING.com, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Thanks for confirming. Could you also provide your address so we know where to visit?
Sure, it's 6400 Airline Highway in Hollister, California.
Thanks, Jeremy. Just to confirm, that's 6400 Airline Highway, Hollister, California, right?
Correct.
Perfect. Lastly, I've noted the leak in your bedroom caused by the storm. I'll pass this along to our team, and they'll reach out to schedule a time to visit your property for the free estimate. Is there anything else I can assist you with today?
Almost. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Jeremy. Thanks for reaching out to Hollister Roofing. Our team will be in touch soon. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you. So this is what happens if you miss a call.
Mhm.
The reason why
Yeah.
this is so important, I mean, we know that you have a phone list of numbers that you missed. Are you going to call everyone back? Some are spam. You don't know who's a spam bot. You don't know who's an actual lead these days. And sometimes they're actual customers and it says scam and then they're actual customer. So your phone's doing a lot of filtering on its own because it has its own AI. The point is you
Mhm.
want to answer every call because we all know that's important. But the big reason why we have the AI receptionist to help double or triple your leads, because you're going to answer that call. Two, when you miss a call, it drops your rankings, right? When you're advertising on local service ads. So the engagement is a big key. If you're running local service ads and you're missing a call, one's fine. Two, there's a starting to become a concern. Three, there's a problem. So what happens is the other guys that are advertising local service ads, they generally pop up and you get pushed way down. That's why it's really important to answer every call. And we understand not everybody can answer every call. So that's where AI receptionist comes in.
Okay,
It also,
so
go ahead, sorry.
thank you, Jeremy.
No problem.
So let's say we're in working hours. The customer is calling between 9 to 5, but maybe that specific sales rep or nobody is able to answer the phone. Is there how many rings would it take for the AI receptionist to take on? I mean,
It's
after 3 rings or something like that.
Yeah, you can choose that. It's customizable. We like it to run as many rings as possible until it might go. So instead of it going to voicemail, it goes here.
Oh, okay.
That's the trigger point. So before it hits voicemail, it'll go to the receptionist. And you could did you notice how, because this customer doesn't want to leave outside of like 10 miles.
Mhm.
So we made sure that we put in the service area because they get a lot of calls from 15, 20, 25 miles, which are different cities, different permits, etc.
Mhm.
So if I was a customer outside of that area, if I gave an address outside the area, we're going to politely tell them, unfortunately, we don't do that. But the thing is rather than missing the call because the area code doesn't seem right, which is really not relevant these days. You can have area codes from all over the US, but your mom's having a problem in her house. Your aunt's having a problem in her house, and they're 5 states away and they're calling. Right. So you just don't know these days, numbers from all over. So yeah, it can trigger, it's customizable, and we fully test it before running it.
Okay. Okay, one of the things I liked was that the AI, it mentioned that it was a virtual assistant because sometimes in these days there are people that are using inbound calling and it sounds like a real person and you don't know if they're going to be able to help you or connect you to a person now. So that's something I like. One of the things I had another doubt was if all of this is being recorded. I mean, I know after we hang up, we are going to be sent an email or some sort, and we're going to have like all these specific details. For example, roof leak due to the storm, and something like that. But it's going to be also recording or transcribing everything that the customer mentioned, or just like a summary of all that was talked in the call.
Here's an example. You
Uh,
get an email or you get it. If it's a text message that you like, you just get the basic info.
okay.
The email actually summarizes the call.
And also have the transcript. Okay, great.
You also have access to the recording if you need to. Not everybody needs that, but it's there. It's all recorded, it's backed up, but it's transcribed, sent to your email instantly.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And again, this is only with the missed call, right? It's not going to be every call, but there's a lot of, we miss calls. Like I can't answer the phone right now. I wouldn't want to do that, right?
Okay.
So it's going to forward to my AI receptionist in that case, if I choose to do so. Right. So that's grabbing the lead. That automatically is what can double your leads, because if you only have one lead a day, say that's the case, and you're missing 2 or 3 other calls because you're up on a pitch or in the call or whatever it might be, you're going to automatically double your lead flow there without doing any traffic or marketing, because that's what's going to come next, right? We want to work on the conversion end side to get that ramped up as quickly as possible so that you can get that revenue and that ROI investment back into your pocket as quickly as possible. The old days are build a website, take 3 to 6 months to build it, and then let's start marketing. Like, you don't start seeing results for like a year. And that's pretty normal when you do it that way, especially when you're not using AI, especially when you're not using the tools we're talking about. So once the receptionist kicks in, really the next thing we want to do is at the end of a job, we want to request a review. So we can build this into your CRM so it automatically triggers, or you can do it right on the spot with a QR code or a link, or you can mark the job 1 and it automatically fire this off. And the reason why we want to do it like this rather than always sending them directly to Google, not everybody had that 5-star experience.
Yeah, of course.
But you want everybody to get this, because if you're choosing who you send the review to, to request to get a 5-star review, it's going to slow those reviews down quite a bit, because now you're picking and choosing, you're assuming, you're making up stories that they might not have liked it because the turnout took a little bit longer, or because there might have been wasn't as clean as you hoped for, but they still might give you a 5-star. So anyways, you want to send this off as quickly as possible. Obviously, we're looking for an excellent. What it does is it filters people right into what'd you like the most. And what AI will do, because not everybody would like to leave a review because they don't know what to say, because not everybody leaves reviews, but you want that review. It'll automatically suggest what review to use. You copy it and it sends them right to Google. You have an opportunity to edit it too if you need to, and it takes you right here, right to the 5 stars.
Okay. So it'll be easier for them to write the review that we're expecting to see.
Exactly. Depending on what they like the most, AI will suggest something. You can click edit because it says tap to make edits if you like, and you can change it, or you can delete it and write your own, or just ignore it. But the thing is it copies it and it sends you right into the 5 stars where you just paste it in there, depending on what I'm clicking. And if I click everything,
yeah, it's going to mention,
because this is a review for me. This is my own marketing, right? So that normally your logo would be here.
Okay,
mine,
sure.
Right? This is, I'm just giving an example of how we do it for ourselves.
It's going to be customizable. Okay.
Yeah, you click copy, it sends you right to there. That's why it's sending it to my Roofline Marketing where we have the reviews. I'm not going to review myself, obviously.
Okay.
I click that, I click paste, and it pops it right in. If I want to add some photos of the job, normally people are on their phone doing this, not on the computer. Add photos and click post. It's that instant. But the reason why we want to send them here as well to everybody is because if they felt like they had like a meh experience or it was bad, we're going to want the feedback first. That will allow us to filter that from going on live on Google. And then you put in their email, and also legally we have to put the link to Google. So it's there for people. Okay, that's the filtration system.
Okay, that's great. We only have one bad review, and it was months ago. I think it was a year maybe, which is not bad. But we also want that all of our customers, of course, leave us a 5-star review. And okay, so once you pick bad, okay, or the other option, it's going to add to share your feedback with the owner and your email. It'll be that way for us to actually to reach out and ask how can we improve, how to make it more of a satisfactory work, or what can we improve. And okay, And you mentioned that is also okay. The go to Google, is that the link for the to leave us a review if they want to?
Yeah, it sends them, because legally you have to do that. Not, I shouldn't
Okay.
say legally. According to Google's guidelines.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
According to Google's guidelines, you still want them to have the ability, if you're
To leave a
requesting
review.
a review, you still want them to have the ability to do that. We're not going to create an AI answer here or let them type it in and go publicly automatically, because we want the chance to make it right. Now,
Okay.
a majority of our clients and who I see out there generally have very low negative reviews. Most of the
Mhm.
time, you have a 5-star, right? But not everybody started off that way. There could have been some operation issues happening, some product issues, product delays during COVID. I mean, people have been in
Exactly.
business
Yeah.
for a long time, so we don't know what the scenario is. And one thing I took away from the expo this time is most of the companies, about at least 9 out of 10 that I talked to, and I talked to at least 60 that I've counted or more, need help in some way with something here. They're either not ranking, their website's lacking targeting, they have low reviews I've seen, or they're not even showing up on the map at all. Some don't even have a Google listing.
Mhm.
Some of them just have a few reviews. And so one of our, I'll share a story at the end, but reviews are so powerful that that's the #1 ranking factor to get you on top.
Yeah, of course, because when you want to know, okay, let's see what we're going to get to for dinner, and we go to jail. Maybe we don't know what we want. Maybe we're somewhere else, and we are, of course, focusing on how many stars and how many reviews, because it could be 5 stars, but it's one review, so it doesn't count. People don't care about that. We want the 400 reviews and with a high ranking. So yeah, I completely understand that part, and I think it's very important to have lots of reviews. I mean, for us being 5 years in the business and having 75 reviews, it is lacking for us to get all of those 5-star reviews, because some of the clients are pretty happy with it, with our work, but sometimes we don't offer that link to send them straight to Google review, or maybe they don't know, maybe they don't care. So that's something that this is going to be taken care of. I mean, we don't have to send an email. It's going to be out automatically, correct?
Yes. The other thing about that too that I wanted to touch on is that it doesn't just send it once, right? It sends it first time and then it waits a few days as a gentle reminder through text. And then after that, it'll email, because you don't want to bug people through text like every day. Because I've seen how some AI bots just like, when
Yeah,
it's just
they're
too much, and
non-stop.
then they click stop really quickly, or people protect their text messages, right? It's the highest open rate, but you want to make sure you're doing it in a professional, kind, non-intrusive way, and that's what we do.
Okay, great.
So, but before I switch to the next topic, you can have 500 reviews on Google, but if your targeting's off, which I'm going to get into next, then you still won't show in the top outside of your primary location.
Okay.
You might not show just a few miles down the street because your targeting's off, because your GPP isn't properly optimized, or your website isn't optimized. And so that's really what I wanted to touch on next. We went through the estimator, we've gone through the follow-up, we've gone
And
through
reviews.
receptionists, we've gone through reviews. So really the audit would be next before you manage. So once you audit, it sends you an email. You click on that and it'll actually give you an full audit of your Google business listing. And this is Ashley, our AI system, that'll tell you, and this is a client we just signed up. So this is where they're starting from. Now we know where to go. We're only going to go higher from here. So then it's going to tell you 4 out of 12 you passed, 8 out of 12 you failed. Why? So it's going to go into a very light, high level version of what we found that's wrong. Mainly business description with the target keywords, working on visibilities, the number of reviews. Then we want to expand the media session. We need more images. Photos and reviews are key. Some might know, a lot don't. We also need at least 8 images, right? We need something, not 1 or 2. Right here, there's just definitely not enough. But again, this is a starting point. They've been in business for 3 or 4 years. We're going to help them ramp up. Regular posts are vital. Just like you can post on social media, you want to post on your Google business page, and you want to post valuable information and sales information. There's question and answers. There's a lot to that Google listing that people don't fill out. They just ignore it. They just leave it and then hopefully let it just rank to the top. And it doesn't work that way. Google actually just released something yesterday or a couple of days ago saying that engagement with your own listing and engagement from the customers is like one of their biggest factors. So when people drop in there, leave a review, it's not just the review, it's people engaging with it to leave a review. Also, the things that we're going to show you here, the AI completely takes care of for you. So we know these can be labor intensive. We did this manually for many, many, many years. I've been in business for 14 years. So I understand how long these things take. And we developed an AI system so that it can help you do it a lot quicker, faster. So you can just click, let Ashley fix this, and it takes you through a couple steps just to start filling this stuff out. So these are the things that goes through on the rating. Because they have 5 stars, they passed. Because you replied to the reviews, they passed. They don't have enough images. They're not posting enough. There's no keywords. Again, this isn't even their website. This is just the Google listing, right? Mm-hmm. There's just like you have service lists on your website, you also have service lists on your Google listing, but it's missing descriptions. A huge key thing is their service area. You want to target neighboring cities. Your Google list, your Google map listing is most likely not going to show up 20, 50 miles away, even though you might go that far. It's mostly based on proximity and the primary location you're searching. But with every service, you can write a description, and that's another opportunity for you to optimize. That's where AI comes in. So it'll also give you a heat map. I did their primary service is general contractor. They're showing up plus 20. That means they're anywhere on the map. They're not visible at all. In order to be visible, you need to be like in the 10 spot, between the 1 and 10, just to be visible. Because most people aren't, you have to click on the map and you got to go to page 2. It's just not happening. So then you do it for another keyword, kitchen remodel. This is a good example of where people normally start. After so many months, this heat map starts changing pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. So that's the audit. Once the audit's done, we can get right into optimizing it. This is where AI comes in to help. We can go, select, pop in there, continue. Then we want to pick the keywords. Our AI tool is going to help you with this, right? You don't want to always pick the easy ones because that might not be what you're doing. Siding installer? No. We want home remodeling, roofing services, and not plumbing, but maybe kitchen. Then we probably will touch on construction company. We don't want to pick too many because AI is going to help write up content for this, but I'll just select those 5 for now. And then you could add your own keywords if you know. And you click continue. Important cities, you want to add a city. I'm just going to add 1 for now. And then you want to pick your target area. This is where that heat map comes in. Click continue. Again, this is AI doing all this. This is our current description. This is what AI is recommending. For the sake of this call, I'm just going to click approve so we can get through. But then the descriptions, right? These are the services I was talking about that are listed for ADUs. You want to put this in here. You need to write in a way that doesn't look like AI, that sounds natural, that lists the target cities because it would add more cities, and describe it. So you would just pretty much click update on every one of them, or you go down to the bottom because they have a lot in here. I'd probably clean these up, re-optimize this a lot better, but just for the sake of this, you can click approve all, and it's done. Then attributes. If you want to do Latino owned, online estimates, If you're in a commercial building, you can put free parking lot or paid parking garage if they can't, or free street parking. All these little things help because it tells the customer what to expect if they visit you, or if they don't visit you, what they can do online. You want to pop in your socials. Google reads this stuff and it pays attention to it. It's connecting your GPP to your socials. You want as many as you can, even if they're not all frequently updated. You want as
them
many as
there.
you can. Yes, especially Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Instagram and YouTube are picked up with SEO, so that's what you want. Then review replies. If you didn't reply to your reviews in the past, we're going to create something for you and approve it. After these, it'll automatically reply for you to all your reviews. It's a ranking factor, so you want to do it. So you save and start automation, it goes for it. Once that happens, then we can start configuring how often we post. And we train Ashley. We train her ability to only talk about the things that you're offering and not to talk about the things you're not, right? The review management, the Q&As, we get into video with the posts that you're posting with images. We'll want to turn that into a video. It's going to write there for you. It's going to post on Google, on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, especially if these are the things you have challenges with or you don't have anybody managing it in your department. You want content there. So AI can help with that. You can also pre-approve all this stuff so that Ashley just doesn't do it on its own. There's just a lot of things you can customize. You can talk about, what kind of voice you want.
And please let me hear Sassy Girl. And old guy, please. I just want to know. Hold that sound. Actually, can't hear it. I don't know.
Oh, you
why.
can't. I'm sorry.
No.
It's because it's through my browser. Yeah, I apologize. So
it's okay. Don't worry about it.
With our AI receptionist, you can do the same thing. You can pick.
Okay, I can
customize.
manage the voice. Okay.
You save and you generate, and then after that, it's just sending you approvals and reports. I want to be transparent with this. The updates happen pretty quickly, but the time to rank can take longer for GPP, and that's why we start with this, but really we want to start at the end with the conversions, with the estimator, stuff like that. So
once we finish all the automation settings, this is another task that it's at the moment it's 66%. It's going to mark it as complete. What happens next? We're just going to go through our maybe weekly reminders to post something thanks to Ashley and so on. So we're always
fresh
trending.
and up to date. Yes. Yeah. And that's what Google just released the other day. Normally, they don't say things directly. Mm-hmm. They won't tell you exactly what their ranking algorithm is. They just say, do these 300 things, and that's what we want to see. Do it ethically, don't beat the system, stuff like that. Just the other day, they talked about how fresh, cutting, and trending is one of the biggest ranking factors. And we see that too. When people are more engaged, they generally rank higher, even if they only have a 4-star. We work with companies that have 4 stars. We had to work them up from a 3. Now they're 4.5, 4.4. It takes time. But they're getting the best result because they're engaging. They're answering all their calls, and now we're using automation to help them rank higher. So yeah, it's a pretty key thing today. And what it's also doing is it's also submitting this information to AI. There's a connection with ChatGPT, right? So there's information because ChatGPT is going to be its own ecosystem. Well, it pretty much is, but it's using the web for all of the base of its foundation for the most part. So once this is done, the next thing that you want to do is local service ads. And that's really the bonus on top of this. You need to run local service ads. It's not PPC. You're only paying per lead. That's the difference. And so when you have a Google guaranteed badge and you're above pay-per-click and you're above the map, you're above everything, you're going to get those calls. It's not the majority of the traffic, but it's a Google guaranteed badge and you're only paying when you connect the call. It's a very strong qualified lead, kind of like the instant estimator. It's a strong qualified lead because you took them through a certain scenario. So with LSA, you're not going to pay just because people click. You're only going to pay when the call connects. Are you familiar with local service ads?
I know we do some of those, but I'm not as quite familiar with them.
So this is, I
We have
mean, and the whole
invested a
point
lot
is to
into
show you
them as well.
guys how to do it. Whether you're hiring us or somebody else, you guys need to do local service ads. You come in as a contractor, they verify your contractor's license, takes you through a quick background. It normally takes about a week to 2 to get you all verified, but only these people qualify. They want to make sure that they're not just, because on PPC, like pay per click, anybody can advertise there as long as they have a valid ID. This actually goes into vetting and verifying, making sure you're a licensed company so that you can qualify that, and they give you a really nice ad credit to start things off. You just have to make sure you're managing it and budgeting it every day and every week to actually show that engagement, to pay the lowest cost per lead, etc. And that's what we do when you go with us. I didn't get into websites. I think the main thing really is to start here. And then if it's something like what we do is we offer a program like this, where we actually get into building the actual site, because that's the next step from here. Even though when someone works with us, we have a program, and I'll just be transparent about it. It's a $6,000 program for 3 months. It normally takes about 4 months to see like the real big result, but within those first 3 months, you're getting those calls, you're getting the leads, you're getting revenue generated back in, all while you're starting to rank, right? And you get a whole website build out of it. You get it fully optimized and customized, because really that's, I'll just show this one for an example. This is just an example of what we launched just, I think, on Monday. And this is, we customize it based on your vision. And you might already have a site, so you might not need it. Sometimes people just need to get it re-optimized. But there's always a conversion mechanism missing, or there's always a targeting missing. People are targeting the entire state. They're putting like roofing in Arizona. How are you going to rank in your primary city? It's just not going to happen. So that's the targeting. You need a service area. You need one page per service, all that. So that would be what we offer in the full marketing accelerator program.
Okay, we actually do have a site. We do also have we use Instant Roofer, but I don't quite like it. We don't have as many information there as it should be. But I like the one you showed me at the beginning of the AI estimator to give the customer a ballpark amount for their project. So that's great. It's such different, and that's the one. Yeah, that's the one you sent me. We're in ranking 15. We don't like that. My boss
This
was
is an
like,
accumulation of things, but because you have a big service area.
yeah, we go all the way to Fort Bragg to, I think, San Jose, and on the east side we go to Stockton, Sacramento. Yeah, we cover a lot.
And I just went with pretty much North Bay, that area. I didn't get into the whole other side, East Bay, South Bay. This is just the first, I think, about 40-45 miles.
Okay.
And you can see your ranking number 1 like at your location. So if you're at your office at the location and you look it up, you're going to be found. But because things aren't optimized, your website's not optimized, there's a lot of room for improvement and opportunity. That's when you start spreading out and this starts changing color. Now, you might not always be realistically number 1 everywhere because it's maps, right? This is just a map. That's where your website kicks in and local service ads.
Okay, from the heat map, from what I'm seeing, is the average rank position also including the number 1?
Yeah.
On our location. Okay.
Because the majority is mostly 20.
Yeah, okay.
So it's just giving you an average. If I narrow it down shorter, the average will probably increase a little bit. But you need to be in that top 3. I mean, you want to be top 3 within, I don't know, because you're not in a very heavily populated area. So you should be able to be in the top 3 within within 7 to 14 miles
Mhm.
consistently
Sure.
over time.
Sure.
So that's the other thing. Like, because it shows number 3 for a week, it doesn't mean it's going to stay there. We want that foundation to be in that top 3 for 3 months before we start getting into whole different regions. So there's a whole
Okay.
strategy to this, but without getting too technical, this is
It's
the
okay.
base of it.
Okay, that's concerning. I really, when I saw that, that was so weird, so devastating for the marketing department. So because I sent him this email you sent me, and we need to rank higher. I mean, for all the services, all the projects we're building each week, we should be higher. We should have more reviews, and I think we're lacking on some in marketing, because even our website, if I'm not mistaken, we had, I don't know if 200 views, but it was in a month. So that's way less than we would expect.
So just to give you an example, and this obviously didn't happen overnight, it happened in phases. What we've done for somebody in the past, a very long time client that didn't do much SEO or anything for like 8 to 10 years, right? They just kept their site up, kept it going. And then at some point they said, hey, we want to do that thing that you're talking about. And that was right around 21, 22. Let's just start doing that SEO stuff, right? Let's start small. Within 1 year, they went from 500 to a million,
Yeah.
right? And then when they hit that million, they're like, we want to do more. Whatever you're doing is working. So then we up them to the next program. But then they doubled again within 6 months. 6 months later, they talked to us again. It just kept going and going like that. Another contractor grew his Google reviews more in 1 year. I think he got about 48 to 50 reviews than he did in the previous 13 years combined using a system like this. So even though you've been around a long time, you have really good reviews, you're established, there's always room for opportunity and improvement.
Yeah, of course.
And that's where we come in and
You can help us with that.
Yeah, and here's just a little peek at our team. So some of this is just some recent pictures we took, but we start off with our revenue ramp program, work on the foundation, generating leads, get you into Accelerate, and then eventually dominate your market. We bring everybody through the program, make sure you have all the fundamentals, essentials, and foundation in place before we take the next step. And we want to do that with you.
Jeremy, it was really insightful.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm very focused on the strategy and the process mainly. So that will help me a lot. Jeremy, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I wish you all the best, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.